Well, I've got some good news and some bad news. The good news is the welder's back. Hey Welder, nice to see you again. Bad news is old mate couldn't fix it. Nope, it was away for a week. He spent a couple hours looking at it and said he don't know what's wrong with it. Or if he doesn't know what's wrong with it, he can't fix it. Mind you, this bloke is a certified, or I should say authorised LG repairist. Repairs LG bloody TVs and stuff like that. Said no, there's fuck all he could do about it really. So I've took the cover off it, taken the cover off it, so you can have a look what's inside here. So we got a couple of sets of boards here on top, and then you've got an upper motherboard which is up in there. Can we actually see this or what? So that girl right up in there. Let's see how high we can get before we reach that rail. There you go. So we've got this one up in here, and then we've got a lower control board down there. Now on this thing is just 1,000 MOSFETs. Look at them all. In case you don't know what a MOSFETs are, there, all these buggers, all along here. These are all MOSFETs there. Let's give me 1 second. I'll turn it around. This is the other side. Basically, looks like the first side, really. Now, mind you, this welder is 5 months old. Okay, so, and unfortunately, I bought it online, and I can't get a hold of the guy I bought it from. So I'm going to go through PayPal. Or I have gone through PayPal actually. I put out a dispute and told them it's rooted, and we'll see what they've got to say about it. What old matey had to say was it's almost exactly the same as on one side as what it is on the other. These are just giant heat sinks. It's very hard to see because, you know, it's fairly sort of compactish. So, but these are just giant aluminium heat sinks. I don't know if I can get right up in there. See that? They're just giant aluminium heat sinks that are attached to these MOSFETs. There you go. You can see. There you go. You can see that way there. Might actually try and get a bit more light for you, say. Give me 1 second. I'll grab another light. Okay, let's try this. I'm trying to keep this steady as well, which is very fun. Now, in there is just all heatsink on both sides. Let's see if I can zoom in a bit. There you go. Now, what he did say was that, one, he hasn't got a schematic for it. So, not having a diagram for it, an electrical schematic, he's basically got no idea what current, what should be where, etc, etc, which is pretty much freaking useless. See, I was just looking at that. There's a blob of solder just right there, and it almost looks like the residue there you get off bloody fucking super glue. But so yeah, what he did say was, one, he didn't have a stand-up bloody thing. One, he didn't have a schematic for it, and two, when he tried to measure the currents and resistance and everything like that on the circuit board, he reckons the circuit board's been lacquered. And because it's been lacquered, he can't get his multimeter to work on it at all. Every single little bit's got to be scraped before he can actually get any kind of a reading off it. So what old matey reckons is one of these boards is fucked, and I've got to try and score one. Now he reckons there's nothing written on these things that he can use to track down a manufacturer or, you know, a maker, a factory, anything like that. So pretty much screwed, really, by the sounds of this. There's not a bloody great deal I can do. So that's a piss off. Not very happy at all. That's $1,000 worth of welder there, and it's pretty much friggin' useless. So to say I'm not very happy is a bit of an understatement, really, isn't it? So the only thing I can do now is not use it with the foot pedal. It's got to be all controlled by the front. I don't get it. Like, almost personally, I reckon I could friggin' probably tear the bastard down myself and maybe figure out what's wrong with it. But the thing is, even if I do figure out what's wrong with it, am I going to be able to fucking fix it? Like, is there going to be any parts that I can get for it? Or, you know what, this is the trouble. So anyway, I thought I would fill yous in on what the go is. So, da-da-da-da, that's it. That's all she wrote. Alright, well, yous all have a good day. Hopefully better than mine. And, we'll see yous around like a rissole, trendsetters. Until next time, I'm Jim.
Take a look.
Shake it up, shake it up, shake it up.
Take a look.
Shake it up, shake it up, shake it up.
Take a look.
Shake it up.